Welcome back, friends. Lost Sky here, and it's time for more Great Ace Attorney. It's been a little bit since I recorded the last one, so let's see how this goes. We're going to go back in there, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We just learned that everyone has had a headache, so I don't know. That means everyone's had some gas in there or something. Something's going on. Either the food or the air is causing headaches. Let's continue. Miss Pavlova's cabin. This could be our chance. What? The burly sailor doesn't appear to be around at the moment. We could investigate every last inch of that cabin. I'm not sure if we could go that far, but we could certainly do with looking around more. I'm sure we could learn something. Alright, yeah, I figure... what button do I hit again? B? Yeah, okay. That was Sholmes. We'll find more in there, because Sholmes is with us now. So in we go! Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling! Ah! What's that? I guess I don't need to make that sound. Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter mile up 4. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. What the? I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? Oh, I can't stand. Zaza-san, hold on to me. Ah! Zaza-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san. Oh great, now the place got wrecked. It looks like we avoided a collision. I think. Yes, the ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruto-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Uh-oh. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, okay, I went with the wrong voice there. I thought it was just the Russian. Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly. What? The bolt? Oh, it slid over. Look at that. Oh! Oh, snap! So that's why the door got... It wasn't a locked room situation. The bolt got closed because the swaying of the boat. Oh! Oh, you got me there, game. You got me there. Nice. Look at that. The door's bolted. Did you do that, Sasato-san? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. Ooh, this explaining some things, why everyone's books were moved over. That's why she had to fix them so you could see them tilt over again. I was like, why is she messing with the books? That's why! Oh, you clever game. You clever game, you. Oh my god. And also, was it, So we had to come back in here for this to happen because we had to see Sholmes first. That was very interesting there. I thought we had to come back in here because Sholmes would help with things, but no, he's just gone. They're just like they were before again. It's a raging clue! Naruto-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? That means anyone could have came in and killed Kazuma. I better tidy this place up first. Not really, the place is gonna be a wreck because of the crash. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Isn't it weird to have a cleaned up cabin Oh, really? We're at the end last time? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're kidding me. We were? Alright. I sure know when to stop playing. Time for part 3. Then the investigation is long. Remember when the investigations were like only an hour? Holy crap. Nice January SS Buria, Miss Pavlova's cabin. Somehow the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Sasato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Oh, that's the problem. They're also in here. You, what are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Also, it reveals that he knew about this. Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. I lost my rescue force, I gotta work on that. This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Ah! You wicked intruder. Dressed in all black, you are the devil? What the hell? Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. Of my traveling case? How could you? What? No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector? Yes? Arrest this man? I know he did it? He is a criminal? It is not enough that he has killed a man? Duh! And he is stole as well! If Vixen promises me not to steal chicken, do you believe? Take him away? He's a trespasser as well as everything else? Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right, you are devil. It doesn't look good, does it? There's a cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we talk in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga. Is there nothing we can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. Alright, I can only examine and move. Alright, let's examine the bolt. I just need to calm down and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating. Don't touch my things. You want me to show you where crawfish hibernates? Yeah! Bah! Mr. Naruto, what do you think you're doing? Wow, everyone's attacking me. I was just starting to think she was on my friend. I was starting to think she was my friend. I was going to say she was on my side, but no. Yay! Is there anyone who can help me out of this mess? Look. What the balls, Sholmes? Alright. Of course he was off cam. What the? What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? Why is he wearing the thing? Why is he wearing the thing? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. You again. The great detective. Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is the report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved by me, naturally. Huh? What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. We're doing this again, huh? Ah, you have solved it? Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning, when they found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it! The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because here, as everyone knows, the cabin was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, that's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Duh! Locked room! This is point. I should put more gravel in that voice. The room was locked? Well, I can't deny that. Except, there's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. Yeah, that's what we were getting at. What? Oh yes, there's another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man. The ventilator? You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Hmm? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in this diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. There, I'm finding the voice again. What does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your calls. Behold! What the? A snack! There it is! Allow me to introduce you all to the band, the speckled band. A snake? Indubitably. Oh. Huh. Mr. Sholmes, just, one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you? That means there's two snakes? You both see and observe with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explained the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died. But that is all? His death has nothing to do with me? This whole thing has nothing to do with me? There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Huh? And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No? She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Chums must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi? Ooh. 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 It looks like he can't speak with that snake coil around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present, we're doing this again, his logic and reasoning, spectacular! Doing this again! It's go time! The great deduction, the game is afoot. So, we gotta fix these things. Topic 1, Intruder's Identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horror events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Huh? That's not it. Okay, there it is. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Got her there? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. Okay, that's where there's a question mark, okay. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this? Yeah, what is she holding? Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. The hell is that? Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's soft skin. That's a good thought, yeah. The skin came off. But there's a question there. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no? I don't know what you're talking about. Does she have two snakes? She only said one, so... Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. Is it possible Pavlova went in there and wrote the Russian thing for him? Since he doesn't write in Russian? Is it possible she went in and did it? But the question is, who killed him still? She went in there to get her snake back! In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake, whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Sure, we got part of that. Conclusion. A beloved speckled snake. How Mr. Asogi died. Conclusion. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Huh? In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Not really, because he didn't die by venom. Now, if we take that as a fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it to the scene of the crime. Oh no? Could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snakebite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense? I'm assuming the snake's not poisonous. There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? Right? She did go in there. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. Oh, she put the snake in there, not their crown, but... When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't? It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his death. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. To train? Indeed. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you summoned it back with a whistle. The whistle was first, though. You could know if the animal had done its duty, so you would whistle for signs of life next door. The victim appeared not to have been dispatched. You would release the snake once more. You don't deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true? Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. But we know he died through strangulation or a blow, and its venom would course through the victim's veins and his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. So that's how the case happens in Sherlock Holmes. Snake goes through like a lamp or something and kills a dude and it goes right back over. Obviously they're doing a play on this, so this is not going to be how it killed him. This concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Doctor! Better put some water in there real quick. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You've solved the mystery! Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Sherlock Holmes has become such a household name. That voice has changed so many times. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just, about your deductions before, some things don't quite make sense. I welcome questions as to my method. I will answer both proudly and loudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And serpent and reptiles, don't drink milk. Oh! It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. There's certain, there's There's certain creatures that do drink milk anyway, despite not making milk themselves. So I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. How do snake charmers work then? Huh. Snakes have no... Snakes can't hear? Huh. Huh. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. How do snake charmers work? Yeah, there it is. But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Really? Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There's one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. Then it should try harder. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. Yeah, she went in and got the snake. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine a snake could have had a part in this. Balls. Ah. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo-san. So, all the stuff she just called out is things that happened in the original Sherlock Holmes story. They used a whistle, they used milk, they used all these things. They had the snake go down a thing. And she just pointed out, none of that is possible. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So that is interesting to know, because I just went like, alright, seems legit. No, okay. So she just went, that entire story was bunkum. Which is not good for Sherlock Holmes when you think about it, since that is a story. To show how smart he was. Oh my god. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions, and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. I assume Dr. Wilson helped with this. And he's not around. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What? Oh, not again, okay. You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone. Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd just leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular addendum. Here we go. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Intruder's identity. A beloved speckled snake. So, do I read all this? I don't remember I read all this last time. Let's just skip to the thing. Death and nothing duly. And it's right here. There, aching heart. Here we go. She does have a pained expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. She saw his dead body, that's why. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Blah. Is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment. And really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Aching heart. A scratch? What got her? Oh, Naruhodo-san, look! This looks like a very painful wound. There's a cat! This gets scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. So she got cat scratched, huh? Present.
Yes!
You recall these horrid events that... Okay. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Hmm? Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night? Huh? And it can't be from the snake, as snakes have 2 fangs, so... not 3 scratch things they can do. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is writing something we see before us. Is he holding something behind him? It seems like the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by his friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? He's holding it in his hands. We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. He's holding it! Hold it! No, he's not holding it. Alright, got me there. Oh, it is a kitty! Photograph. That means her cat's missing. There's the bell! Speckled band was what the cat was wearing? Oh, look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. So it's not her snake, so whose snake is it? The killer! She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. I didn't know you were into that. Double check, what was he saying? Okay. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Kitty! Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san, for the blackest outfit? A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very, very attached to it. Present!
Yes!
Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no? The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Huh? Darka? Oh my god. Couldn't go with Blackie or something? Pavlova Darka, okay. Darka is my best friend. Darka is my best friend? I couldn't leave her behind? Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Who the hell's snake is this? The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Or as regrettably... this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? Yeah, what's that? No, don't look at me. It has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that's what you are trying, but failing to conceal. Only the snake's soft skin. Okay, so what is that? Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have even known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shelm's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was a specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? The whistle! Is there a different angle? Why can't we look at her left ear? It's a cat toy? Is it a whistle or a cat toy? It's not a cat toy, right? But why can't we look at this? Take a look at this for curiosity's sake. There's such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells. Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear. Ah, that's an earring. The crescent moon part looks as though it's made from wood. It's charming, isn't it? Women do seem to love adornments like that. In their hair, around their necks, on their fingers, and even hanging from their ears, it seems. Well, jewelry is beautiful, Naruto-san. On the right ear, just looking for no reason. He has such petite ears among that beautiful hair. Okay. Now, what's this one? There's something attached to her ear. Ah, I expected. That's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry. An earring, is it? It really is tiny. That part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off. So now all that's left is the glass part that attaches to the ear. If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Yeah, I don't think there's the answer, but I do want to look into this. Let's present this really quick.
Yes!
Right ear. Bounce. That's not correct, is it? You can try to distract us all you want, but you're trying your tiny ears. Don't give me that look you under display. Just notice people's ears. I can't help it. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruto-san? Just follow the natural progression of deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you do not have a ton of observation or deduction. Did that hurt? Yes, a lot. Okay, yeah, okay, we blew that one. That's gonna come up later then. Seems like Miss Pavlova trying to hide, I wonder. I don't think there's any room for doubt. No, in a sense there isn't. She's clearly concealing whatever it is behind her back. The question we need to ask is whether it really is the shed skin. Oh, okay. I need to look at it. Oh, okay. I see what I did wrong. I need to look at it. Look closer. Well, it is speckled and it isn't banned, but... what is it? Oh, she tried to call her cat back and she couldn't get her cat to come back through. It needs to be soft and fluffy, a long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort of is common in the West, apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them. They pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. There we go, now it's a cat's toy. That's what we were trying to do. By the way, real quick. Ah, shut. There's nothing there. Okay, let's go. I meant to present. Boop, boop, boop. Skip, skippity, skip. Oh wait, they're 15. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Alright, there you go. Cat's toy. Also, they're 15. Jesus. Yes, the thing you're trying, but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely, in the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Uh-huh. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one reason to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah! In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. Yeah? A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You'll forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Photograph of Miss Pavlova, okay. Take a look at the court record once we get a chance. It was after I gave her food last night? Yeah, milk bowl. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand, and then ran up the bow cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka is so naughty. So she screamed earlier because there was a snake in her room. My beloved kitten. But where was her kitten? How Mr. Sogi died, death by venomous snake bite. It's not how it killed him, so what is it? Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. Okay, we've read all this before. Keep going. Here we go. Terrible venom. It's not a venom. But Mr. Sholmes says it's true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Mr. Kazuma's body. That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now. This is the kill record right here? Yeah, cause of death. Blam! Yes. Post-mortem report. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Steven Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as a fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no? Could there be? She hasn't seen the scene of the crime as far as we know, besides when she got her cat. Examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death. Oh, Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something, or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though. Presumably Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible fact of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man. He could have slipped on the cat. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? I think the slip is what you would use. Look at this record. Okay. This is my best guess, is the mark on the floor. Yes! Got it! Examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death. There we go. Yes. An examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, also prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Why wouldn't you say Kazuma? Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have had his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life. No? I don't know. I don't know anything about this? Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. Facts are. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid evidence that links you to— Okay, it's not there, okay. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. But— and this part of Mr. Shom's deduction is right. Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes. Where, I wonder? Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Behind the case? Maybe the tiara again. Wastepaper basket? Isn't there nothing in there? This wastepaper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them. But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. The other half of the bell. Oh, what's that? A broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you. Okay. Wastepaper basket. Present!
Yes!
That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that wastepaper basket. Huh? Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely, we found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no? Oh no? So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the wastepaper basket in your cabin? Huh? That's the time. You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't? I don't know, and that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Can be the picture. Yeah. Evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell. That would be a deuce. We just gained it. I have to present. Present?
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest color, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble was Darka. The absent feline friend, Darka. Absent feline friend, Darka. Huh? Her cat caused an accidental death. Ouch. Hmm? I couldn't tell anyone? I'm sorry? Alright. She did see his dead body. Death by tripping over a cat. Ouch! Oh god, I don't want to die that way. So as he's dying, he writes in wardrobe in Russian so that they get Ryunosuke, so he's not just trapped in there. What did you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. Looks like we're at the end of this thing. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late that I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. It was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. That is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it? Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed a Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it safe to try and lure the kitten back again? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. The faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. Just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... That kind of helps Hasanaga that he died by accident. I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. And afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Kazuma was... And the appearance of the brown mark on the floor. It seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. Yes, this boy is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. Mr. Sogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching, and the kitten got under his feet. The combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat is insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself, at least. When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the next cabin next to mine had died. I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. Oh, she never went in there, so it is he did write it himself, okay. I was too scared. scared that they would send me back? Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. What is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it, and where did it come from? There it is. What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? It's his snake. Okay. Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Peroska. Huh? What? What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin? But... Venom is not permitted on board. Ah, we are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without a close friend, without someone who understands you? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? Question, why was there no log though? It was a question now. But my dear burly fellow, like a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. Not venomous, no venom. It's a constrictor. Perosco does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomous? Venomless? Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him, what, milk I suppose? Ah, like they say, they milk chickens. Ridiculous snakes drink milk are only in stupid stories. There it is. But Osgo eats mouses. Big fat round mouses. Ah, oh, so... Is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course! Elves cannot catch my friend's favorite food. Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. It refuses to drink milk, it can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a billygoat, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so not let a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. Wow, this entire case is just crapping on that Sherlock story. My Perosco has nothing to do with this incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. So they're going to explain the locked door in a second. But where's the cat? Okay, we're going long here, but I know we're at the end of the case, so keep going. Miss Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then... no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But... what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident. I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a great gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Oh! Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Crap. To be perfectly honest, yeah. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. Just can't quite put my finger on it. You mean the writing in Russian? I don't know. I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh! I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Ah, no! Not again! When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port of call. You aware, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Ah, yes. Cosmo's my closest friend. I owe him my freedom, too. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. I can chase that down. Maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. And about how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Miss Naruhodo. So then, shall we begin? Yes. Oh my god, okay, this is gonna be a whole more thing, isn't it? Okay. We are not at the conclusion unless this is the final strike right here. Oh, what do? There's gotta be cashier in her lie, a little bit more scrambling, and then conclusion to the whole thing. Okay, I think we got like another 30 minutes to go, so I'll stop there. I squeaked the chair a bunch. I had fun. Hope you're watching. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. Jeez, I wish I knew someone who's already played this game so they could tell me how much time is left on this. Alright, see ya!